Okay, welcome. I just want to start with this powerful question. How do you feel with your emotions? How do you feel as a leader with your emotional leadership, with your personal power? Maybe nobody's or few person talks about this, but we know today it's an important topic, an important subject as a leader to deal with your emotion. And most of all, to deal, or better, to handle your emotion and to handle your emotional leadership, your personal power. I want to say this clearly from the bottom of my heart. For me, personally, is my own point of view, but personally, there is no leadership. There is no leadership without personal power and emotional intelligence. First of all, I want to say hello and welcome in this live. If you don't know me, I am Celine de Almeida, and I am a sovereign leadership mentor for leaders, for visionaries, for CEO, for multi-entrepreneur who want the best for them, who want the best for their team, who want the best for their companies, and most of all, for the world. Because as a leader, what you are currently doing each day impact, of course, your teams, impact your companies, your results, your family, of course, but most of all, the world. And it's a true mission for me. It's my mission and also my vision to bring my wisdom, my experiences, my little experience or big one, I don't know. It depends of the case. But my experiences, my wisdom to you as a leader, as a visionary, for you first, but of course for your empire, your company, your teams, your family, and the whole area of your life. Because I truly believe everything starts with you as a leader. You're the leader, you're the model, you're on the top of the pyramid, of your pyramid. So if you want to rise personally, if you want to elevate also, of course, your leadership, your well-being, your wealth, your health, your results, your impact, your success, your relationships, and we know so well, so it's so important, of course. I bring you to this, to elevate all of you and all area of your life. So welcome again. If you want to connect with me, you can follow me on my social, or if you want to comment, say hi on the comment, and it will be a pleasure to know more about you and to connect more. And today, I really wanted to share with you this beautiful subject. For me, it's a beautiful subject. As I told you, is a core of my main core of my work, and as how I work today, how I bring my wisdom to the leader I work with. But it was also a core subject in my past life as a corporate leader. Because today I know what I am currently feeling. I know my emotions statement. But few years ago, I have to tell the truth. It was the chaos. It was a true chaos in myself, in my body, in my mind, in my heart, in my life, even in my life. Because when you, when you are hurted by your own emotions and the emotion of all people around you, and most for me, I was corporate leader, business manager. So I was in charge of 45 consultants each day, every day. And plus all the big account, financial account I was dealing each day. So, okay, maybe it's not too big for you. That's fine. But the truth is, I was dealing with so many things. But first of all, I was to deal with my emotion statement. And I know so well today because I work with you along several months and along most of 12 years with big leaders, big companies, big managers, big entrepreneurs as well, visionaries, CEOs. And I know so well, most of you, not all of you, but most of you, it's so hard for you to deal with your emotions, to deal with your statement, to deal with your personal power, to your emotional leadership. Because each of these assets, of these skills, soft skills, but most of all is not just soft skills. It's the true core of you, of who you are as a leader. But as I told you, for me, there is no leadership without personal power, without emotional intelligence. Leadership doesn't exist without those core beliefs, those core statements. It's like you're attached with those yes, those particularly is attached with the leader you are. It's attached with the kind of leadership I bring those leaders to. So for me, it was absolutely necessary to start this new year with this topic I deal quite each day with companies, with big leaders, with team leaders as well. Because if one of these core statement missing, it's not leadership. It's just noise. It's just chaos. It's control as well. Because when you are fearing your own emotion and the emotion of your team, of your partnership, or even your family, your wife, your husband, everybody, everybody is the same, you know. So when you fearing this, you start to be in control. But when you're in control, you in fact in reality losing your control, your inner statement, your balance statement. And it's fragile authority. Of course it's fragile. You can be seems as a fragile leader. And I know, of course, you don't want that. It's a poor, I think, for the kind of leader I deal with. And I know it's the same for you. Because, you know, true leadership is in reality a triptych. It included by the personal power, by emotional intelligence, by emotional leadership. And if one piece, just one piece of that triptych is missing, you're not at all in balance. You are losing your balance, in fact, in reality. And you can't just lead. It's not possible. It's a facet. It's just leadership as a surface. But deep down, you are losing your world. You are losing your statement, your energy, even maybe your well-being or your wealth. And it's the worst for a leader. And, you know, a leader must first know themselves. So I just have this question for you today. Do you know yourself clearly? Do you know how you feel really? And yeah, do you feel your emotions? And I know it's so hard for so many people because nobody teaches us about emotion, about regulation, about emotional intelligence. But the truth is, if you miss this, you can miss your leadership, your presence, your stature. Everything starts with you. Everything starts in you first, of course. Never forget that. So, as leader, you must first know yourself. Recognize your emotions, your emotion statement. How do you feel? How are you? Just tell me, how are you today? Really, truly. It's so important. So, can you clearly recognize your emotions? Can you easily regulate them? Because your nervous system is your core, is your root. So if you're dealing every day with a lot of emotion, your own emotion and the emotion of all the people around you, clients, teams, managers, partner, you are losing yourself. Slowly, slowly, if you're not able to handle your emotions and all the emotion around you, you are losing yourself. Slowly, slowly, losing your balance, losing your regulation, your emotional regulation through your nervous system. And do you clearly understand the emotion of others? But of course, if you're not able to understand your own emotion, how can you handle, how can you understand the emotions of others? It's so hard, of course, and it's normal because, again, everything starts in you, with you first. You are the foundation of yourself. You are the foundation of your leadership. You are the foundation of your companies, of your stature, of your presence, of your well-being. Yes, maybe it's too much when we are hearing that, but no, it's true. As a leader, is a natural following of yourself, of your legacy, of your leadership, your own leadership, your personal leadership. So, how do you feel really with that, with all of that every day, each day? How can you handle the pressure, the doubt, the fears from yourself and from everyone around you? Yes, it could be hard, of course, if nobody learn about that or nobody um, clear your own state, your inner state first. Your inner world is the reflection of what you're living right now in your personal life, in your business life, in each conversation you are, in each struggle you are living right now. So Because this leadership is sometimes struggling you, is because leadership happens in complexity, as you know. Of course, true leadership is, of course, revealed by complexity, not in peaceful state or peaceful area, of course. It would be so easy, but no, life is not like that, of course. Leadership happens in complexity, under pressure. You're living each day in uncertainty you passed through, in human dynamics, of course, and I think is the core subject I deal with each day with the leader I guide. Human dynamics. You are in charge of so many lives, and of course, it makes you so much pressure. It's normal, of course. Leadership happens in moments where tensions, fear, or resistance rise. And without emotional intelligence, you react. The truth is that you react. If you're not aware of emotional leadership, you react. You defend. You impose. And you lose people. The worst part of it is you lose people. But it reflects also on yourself first. You can lose yourself. You can lose yourself, yes. And I am so aware of that because, I went through 2 burnout. And I worked with so many leaders secretly started to be in burnout. Even themselves didn't know they're in this state. But they was, of course. So without emotional intelligence, you react. You are not in control. No more control of yourself and the rest of the world, of course. You're not the leader anymore when you're in reaction and not in action. And without personal power, is the second part of this triptych. Personal power, so important, of course. Necessary. You adopt yourself without your personal power. You are adopting yourself maybe today. And of course, again, it's normal. We are human. But you cannot stay too long in this state as a leader. You cannot. It's too dangerous for you, for your company, for your health, for your well-being, even in your personal life, of course. Without personal power, you seek validation. Maybe you are seeking validation, even if you're a big leader. You over-adapt. Even you people please. And of course, as a leader, you can also people please. You lose your center. You lose yourself, your worth. And personal power is what anchors a leader, is what anchors a leader, is what anchors you first. Because it creates inner safety. Inner safety, so important, necessary. Self-trust, self-worth. And it's what allows you to lead clearly, to lead in the middle of the storm without losing yourself, without losing your statement, your inner peace. And when personal power and emotional intelligence are embodied, are anchored in you, in your identity, your presence changes, of course. Even your aura changes. Your magnetism changes. So important as well for you as a leader, of course. Your voice lands differently. Your decisions are clearer, easier, and your impact expands. And as we know, as so many reports, as we know, people don't just follow title. People don't just follow your vision. People follows the man, the woman behind, the human being behind the business. They trust you first. They trust your presence. They trust your stability. They feel your coherence. And they are influenced by who you are. Not just what you say, but who you are. The way you are acting each day. And of course, if there is a coherence between you, between your vision, between your thought, between your speech, between your action. Alignment, of course. Alignment. And this is exactly what makes magnetic your kind of leadership. What it's exactly, this is magnetic leadership. Balanced, grounded, strong, human. This is a new level of leadership. And this is exactly what I am convinced each day by bringing my own experience, my own wisdom, my own truth with those leaders I guide, with the kind of leadership I want to see growing in each company, in this world, more globally. This is my core mission, my vision. And this is a kind of leader I work with, not those who want to perform leadership, just as, like a mask or just in the surface. No, it doesn't interest me at all. I'm not like that. I am a vertical woman with anchored values. I know what I want to bring in this world. So I want you to bring your own vision and your responsibility as a leader. It's a part of your work, of who you are, of your vision, of course. I am here for those who are ready to embody it, truly, unapologetically, fully. So, of course, if you are struggling today as a leader with yourself, maybe with your own emotions, with your personal power, with your leadership, of course, because as I told you, it's a triptych. There's a core statement, the core values included in this kind of leadership. So if you are struggling today with this, you have you have to react quickly for you, for your company, for your employees, for your partnership, for your clients, and even in your personal life. Everything is attached. So let me know in the comment or even in DMs. You can, of course, connect with me by DMs. How are you today? How do you feel with your emotions, with your emotional leadership, with your personal power as a leader? How do you feel? How do you handle that? How you pass through your struggles, pressure, with the emotion of others? And even more, what do you reflect on your own company, with your teams, with your managers, with your team leaders? How they handle their emotions as a team leaders also, because they reflect the vision of the leader, of the boss, of the CEO. So I'll let you here with that, with this beautiful subject I really wanted to share with you today, because it's my vision and is the main part of my life I deal with, as I told you. And each day I see that in so many leaders. And I know there is a big shift right now in so many of you, but we have, of course, to improve even more, to change the faces of your company, the faces of employees, of human beings, and even in this world. So if you're interested to go further, to know more about you, to know more about your inner state, to know more about your leadership, of course, your personal power, your emotional leadership and emotional intelligence, of course, is the same. But don't hesitate to contact me, and don't hesitate to even to bring this wisdom with your teams, your team's leaders. And I can also bring my vision, my experience as a corporate leader, as a mentor, as a guide with your teams, with your team leaders, of course. And if you want to work with me as closer spaces, you can send me a message, because I have just one spot left in my one-on-one high-level mentorship for one leader who knows it's a time. We have no time to lose, okay? So it's a time for you as a boss, as a man, as a woman, as a leader, for yourself, for your company, for your teams, for your family, for your well-being, your state, your health, your success, and your relationships, of course. So just one spot left. At the end of this week, I will close, of course, but don't hesitate to contact me and to reach me out. And it will be a real pleasure to know more about you, to connect with you. And if you have questions, of course, don't hesitate to comment below or to ask me directly by DMs. I'll let you here. I send you a lot of beautiful light to you. And I tell you at very, very soon.